CTE Pro 1 Truth Series, Video 19, The Key Ingredient. The approaches of CTE Pro 1 consist of two domains. The sighting domain that occurs from sighting with center cue ball, and the aiming domain that occurs from aiming with one of two specific cue ball edges. Now the sighting domain and the aiming domain are joined synergistically by way of parallax viewing. Now this is a 15 outside, and I can see right cue ball edge to object ball C and center cue ball to left object ball sight point SP15. I left out an ingredient that allows this to happen. CTE is a visual system, and there is nothing that highlights that idea more than the phenomenon of gearing. I want you to be sure that when you think about establishing your lines for a given visual, your aim line and your sight line, of course it must come from the parallax perspective. But in order to allow your lines to emerge, your aim line and your sight line, it is optimally done from that of a gearing perspective. So when I look at this 15 outside, what's happening visually is I'm gearing the inside of the cue ball in relation to the outside of the cue ball for the purpose of gearing one specific cue ball aiming edge or tick as being aligned to one specific object ball aim point tick that has been geared, while at the same time aligning a cue ball, center cue ball sighting tick to a specific geared sight point tick on the object ball. So it's a gearing process. It's like I can gear and re-gear in order to get the ticks aligned so as to position the balls in a perfectly fixed manner for the ensuing stepping technique that's been discussed elsewhere. So the major ingredients that allows all this to happen is the idea that the cue ball and the object ball are geared together in such a way as to unlock the combination by way of seeing a visual that leads to an objective shot line. So the reason I chose to do this video was I just wanted to highlight the idea. I want to highlight the importance of the major ingredient that is at work. I don't want to say behind the scenes, but it is behind the scenes if your mindset is just to move around and see lines. You want to work the inside half of the cue ball in relation to the outside half of the cue ball in a manner that the gearing phenomenon becomes apparent. So that's going to be a wrap up for video 19. In video 20, I'm going to do a book reveal for center pocket music using CTE Pro 1 to improve your pool game. See you in video 20.